Thanks to everyone who is joining on time. We are going to give 3 more minutes for other people to join. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Today, we have invited Mrs. Francesca McNulty, who is the International Student Recruitment Coordinator for London Metropolitan University. Hello, Francesca, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Thank you very much. Fine, thank you. Francesca is going to tell us more about the university. She's going also to tell about the facilities, programs, entry requirements, and scholarships available for this intake, September 2022. Since the university is also in London, she's going to tell us more about the city, how to live there, cost of living, how to enjoy London. So please feel free to ask her everything you need to know. The webinar is going to be divided in 2 sessions. In the first one, she's going to inform us all I have mentioned above before, and also in the second one, she's going to answer all the questions you may have. So please feel free to use the chat, write your questions so we can address them at the end of the session. Francesca, thank you very much again, and I leave you with the students.
Perfect, thank you. So, like I said, my name is Francesca. I'm with London Met University. We are obviously based in London. So I can tell you a bit more about the team. There we go. So yeah, there's 6 of us in our team. So I am the international coordinator, but I am also covering Europe and Latin America at the moment. I also have colleagues who work specifically with Asia and Africa, one who works with South Asia and the Middle East, and then we have 2 colleagues who are actually based in America and they work with American students. So, London Metropolitan, obviously, like I said, we're based in London. So you can see here there's a map of the city. So down at the bottom is, you know, London Eye, Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, sort of the London that you see in the films and the movies. And we have 2 campuses. One is just slightly north and one is just slightly east. So our campus in Aldgate in the east is specifically for art, architecture and design students. It's in East London, which is a really area inspired by art and fashion, so it makes a lot of sense for our art, architecture and design campus to be there. And then we have our second campus, our major campus in Holloway Road, which is in just slightly north, about 10 minutes from central London on the tube. It's right by Arsenal Football Stadium. If anyone is a football fan, I'm not sure, but it's a really great environment. Both of them are, and I'll tell you a bit more about our campuses in a moment. So this is our Holloway Road campus, and these are two of the buildings that we have. This is where a lot of our lecture theatres are, and we also have, sort of round the corner from here, we have our science centre, our gym and our library. So this is the campus that is in North London, and it is where our School of Business and basically every school that is in art, architecture and design is. And then our second campus. Here, this is our Aldgate campus. Like I said, this is the one for art, architecture and design. This campus has a lot of really great facilities. So it's got like ceramics workshops, graphic design workshops, just a lot of different areas to explore that creative side for those who are the creative students. And we also have a third building, which is called the Accelerator. This is not a campus as such, it's more of a building where our students can go. It's a business incubator, so it's to help you grow your business once you've graduated, if that's something that you're interested in. So both of our campuses in Holloway and in Aldgate, they both have a learning centre, or the library. So it's basically, like I said, the library has got 3 floors. So there is the ground floor, which is the learning centre, and that is where you can receive support if you need access to more materials for your course, if you need support with disability or dyslexia, if you need support in a whole range of things. That is where you can go academics, but also there are computers that you can borrow, laptops you can borrow for the day. And obviously a library, I don't need to explain the point of a library, but we have a few floors. So one is for group work, one is for silent study, one is for quiet study. So it depends on how you work best. And we have a library at both of our campuses. I believe the next slide should be another photo. Yeah, so this is our Holloway campus. This is the ground floor. In the corner over here is where you can see where the student support services are. And then these are the areas where you can work. Both of our campuses as well have gym and sport halls and dance studios. So a lot of universities in the UK will try and charge you for your gym membership, but our gym membership is actually free for all of our students. And once you graduate, it is 50%. So you can use all the gym and the facilities that open mostly in the day and over the weekend. We have a lot of different sports teams that you can join. So football teams, netball, basketball, and those are available for all of our students to join. We also have some nice spaces to relax. So as you can see here, this is a nice outdoor area in our campus with a music event going on. We often have sort of pop-up events. So there was a Christmas market just gone in December. Sometimes there will be food trucks. There's just a lot of activities to go on where you can meet and mingle with other students. And then just around the corner from here, just backing onto this, is our students' union. So we have our own pub on campus just for our students. It's called the Rocket. So I mean, it has, you know, it's got a bar, it's got table football, pool, and then it's also where a lot of student societies meet. So when you study in England and or at our uni, you have the option to join societies, basically clubs. So we have debating societies, societies for different religions, societies for basically different interests and shared aims. If we don't have a society that you are interested in, you actually have the ability to create your own. You just need to get a few people who are interested, and the university can then fund that for you. And that's a really great opportunity. And like I said, we have our own students' union that is connected to this area. So we also have a lot of really great facilities for our students. So our journalism students, they have options to use and business use Bloomberg data, which is data used by real life businesses to create, and the students get to use that, which is not something that a lot of universities have access to. We also have a mock courtroom for our law students, so the law students get to do the full mock trial, wear the gown and the wigs and get that real life experience. We also have a translating suite for our translation students, and we actually have one of the largest teaching labs in all of Europe. It's called the Super Lab. It's a really great facility that all of our students who are studying one of our science courses are able to use. So like I said, we have different schools. So we have the Guildhall School of Business and Law, which covers accounting and finance, business, economics, law. We have a School of Computing and Digital Media, which is computer sciences, digital media, journalism. School of Human Sciences, so bioscience, dietetics and nutrition. That is one of our really popular courses. Biology, sports therapy, which is also worth mentioning in terms of sports therapy. So our sports therapy students offer discounted PTs and sports massages to staff and students. So you can get those at a discount because they're not quite fully trained yet. They get that real life experience, you get the service at a cheaper price. So that is something really great. We also have our, so these two schools have actually been merged now. So the School of Social Professions and School of Social Sciences are one. So that's education, health and social work, criminology, sociology. And then we have our School of Art, Architecture and Design. In terms of notable alumni, so people who have been to our university, the current mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, actually went to our university when he was a student. And say here that he was born and raised in London, and he talks about his fond memories of studying at our university. And there's also Lord Villamora, who is a member of the House of Lords, which is part of our Parliament. He also is a business owner. He studied Cambridge, and then after that he came and studied accountancy with us, and he always talks about us in a very fond light. In terms of statistics, so we have over 9,000 UK-based students, and in this January we actually had one of our biggest intakes, I think in around 10 years, and had 400 international students come and join us, and we are keen to keep that growth coming and have more and more international students join us every year. We have over 120 nationalities represented in our university, so it's a really diverse student body. Around 80% of our students are full-time and 20% are part-time, similar to undergraduate and postgraduate. And a number of our courses have received 100% student satisfaction in the National Student Survey 2020. So I'm sure a lot of you are asking why London Met. Well, we are 6th nationally for teaching quality, and we are constantly climbing up places in the Times and Sunday Times University Guide. We're 8th on spend for student services in our facilities, 17th for student experience, and 29th for social inclusion. So these are all pillars that we're really interested in continuing to improve, along with our teaching and our student satisfaction. This is a real big promotion of ours and something that we're continuously trying to achieve better and better in. Furthermore, our graduates have gone on to work at companies including the BBC, the Bank of England and the British Museum, and we maintain strong industry links to help you gain vital work experience. So when you're studying with us, you may have the opportunity to go do a placement or an internship. You also have the opportunity to go study abroad. So obviously, by studying in London, you're already abroad, but you could go to another country for half a year or a full year. You could go study at one of our partner universities. We have partners in Asia, Europe, North America. So there's a lot of options that you could go study in. Yeah, so all of our students are offered a work-based learning opportunity, and we have committed 50 million to drive racial equality and inclusion at London Met. Like I was saying, we're a really diverse university, and that's something that we're very proud of. We've been a pioneer for entrepreneurship, which you can see with our business accelerator. So we have the option for our students to get started on their business with us, with our help. And also our graduates who are looking to work in the UK after they've studied, will be able to help you find work opportunities with work permit sponsor employers. Obviously, as a lot of you know, you have the option to do the graduate visa. So once you've completed your undergraduate course, you can then stay in the UK for 2 years, and we will help you find a job. Would also, it's worth mentioning as well, help you find a job while you're studying. So as an international student, you can study for up to 20 hours a week, and we can help you find work during that time. English language requirements. So we ask for the IELTS of 6 with a minimum of 5.5 in each component. Or the Pearson, we need 51 in each component. The TOEFL, overall 72, and some of our programs do require a higher IELTS. So some it's more on a case-by-case basis, but most of our courses do require that. If you don't have the qualification necessary, you can do our pre-sessional courses. These are taught online and they help with your English beforehand. There's a few different options in terms of length as well to see which is best suited for you. Let me just move the next slide on. Important information, fees and scholarships. So starting in January and on to September, the course fees start at around 13,000 to 16,000. For any EU students, we have a transition scholarship, which is automatically applied and brings the course down. Fees are the same as home students. For international fee-paying students, if you are offered a place in September, you will automatically be offered a £2,000 scholarship. You don't need to apply, you don't need to do anything. It's automatically given to you as an international student. If we have anyone interested in postgraduate study, we also have a partnership with International Students House to offer a scholarship that is a full ride. So it's your accommodation, your flights to the UK and your course fees. However, that is only for one student basically per continent. So it's a very competitive scholarship, that one, whereas the international scholarship is for everyone. So thank you for listening. Does anyone have any questions? I think I saw a few pop up during the presentation, so I can answer that one.
Do you want me to read them?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Do you want me to read them?
Yeah, you can do.
Okay, it's because there is like a sort of echo. That's why, but okay. One of the questions is, how more expensive is London compared to other cities? For example, Bristol, Edinburgh.
So obviously, I mean, London is the city, it's the capital city. It can be an expensive city to study in, but you do have the option to work while you're studying. In terms of Edinburgh, I'm not sure because that's Scotland's a different country, but I don't think it's that much different to Bristol, to be honest. And I mean, a lot of students do manage to successfully come and study in London. So it just depends, really. It depends on whether you've got fancy taste in going out for meals, whether you want a certain luxury accommodation, or if you're willing to have smaller accommodation. It's quite case-by-case basis.
Is there any discount in the city for students?
Is there, what was that, sorry?
Is there any discount in the city for students?
Yes, so we have obviously the tube and the buses. It's all managed by TfL, which is Transport for London, and you can get a discount card as a student. So I want to say 25%, but you get a discount on all your travel across London, and a lot of restaurants and bars and things like that and shops will have discounts for students. So in the UK, there is something, it's called Uni Days. So it's online, you just have to prove you're a student and then you get really good discounts. So with things like Adidas or ASOS, that you can get 20%, 15%, or like different restaurants will do that. So there are a lot of options as a student to get a discount.
In order for them, sorry, that's my question. In order for them to prove that they are students, they have like an ID card, it's just with their visa. How do they prove that they are students in the shops and in the places?
To get the discount, so you most of the time you just need to show, you'd get your student ID to get into campus. So on our campus, it's a really secure campus. You can't get in without showing your ID. It's all scanned and tapped to get in. And you would just need to show your ID card at most of these places, and then you'd get the discount. For the tube travel, you just need to register online. You'd get a letter confirming that you're a student, and you just need to upload that letter, and then you get the discount.
Okay. There is another question. Is Duolingo accepted?
No, we don't accept Duolingo. just IELTS, Pearson, and TOEFL.
Okay, you don't have your own placement either.
So you can do the pre-sessional courses, which is online, and that will then help students. So it's like English classes, and then after that, if you successfully complete it, you can then come join us.
Thank you, Francesca. Now, Maria Camila is asking who can apply for the scholarships, because I think you mentioned the £2,000 scholarships when you were explaining to them. So how do they work?
Yeah, so the £2,000 scholarship is available for all international fee-paying students who join us in September. So it is automatically applied. When you submit your application, you will then get a conditional offer, and that conditional offer will outline your scholarship. It will say, congratulations, you've been awarded a scholarship of £2,000. So that's for everyone who comes to join us as an international student.
Is there any other scholarship they can apply apart from that one?
Not as an undergraduate. As a postgraduate, there is the International Students' House scholarship. But like I said, that is only for one student per sort of continent. So that one is quite competitive.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to grab the chance to ask you things. You were saying that fees are from 13,000 more or less to 16,000.
Yeah, roughly speaking.
Yeah,
per
roughly.
year.
Which programs, which areas are the more affordable ones, and which are the more expensive ones in the tuition range?
You know, I'm not actually sure how they split up the cost of it, I'm afraid. I think it's all online. It just depends on the course. Really.
So it doesn't depend on the area. So because usually sometimes it's, you know, like business is more expensive than, let's say, social sciences. So I don't know if that's the way.
Not as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure on that one.
Okay. Do you have any application fee?
No, it's completely free to apply. And just on our website, you find the course you want, and then in the top right corner, there's a little button that says apply now. You just need to click on that and start your application. Okay,
and also for those who want us to support, we don't charge any fees either. So all our services and counseling support is free of charge as well. So just please feel free to contact us. What is the exam for the English? We already said is IELTS, TOEFL, and PTE. IELTS is offered here in Colombia by British Council and by OSI International. You can check in their websites if you want. TOEFL in the ETS webpage, and person test of English is offered by Colombo Americano, which is in Bogota only, I'm afraid.
Oh, we also accept the Cambridge English. Sorry, I always forget about that one.
So British Council also offers them. So and they might be more dates as well because they are less popular. So it's worth it to ask for them actually. What do you recommend when applying for a master's degree in London Met? I don't know if you, Nelson, sorry to ask you, are you asking maybe in terms of documents, in terms of the essay? So I don't know if you...
in terms of entry requirements, we just ask for a 2-2 degree. So it depends. If you want to do a science, you need to have done that science at undergraduate. But for more of the humanities, for more of the like the non-science ones, you don't need to have done that qualification beforehand. If that helps at all.
Yeah, apart from that, I think it's worthy that you're aware that you need to have an essay, a motivation letter, and that's worthy to work through it a lot, because it's a way to show who you are, why you like the university, why you choose the destination as well, what makes you to choose maybe London Metropolitan over other options. So it's something we support students about. Because, you know, there is no interview at the university. So at the end of the day, all you say in your motivation letter is what is going to take into account. Sometimes also when you have like certain profile. Like, let's say that for example, you are required to have an undergraduate degree in certain area, and you may not have it in order to apply, but you have the experience. That's the way to show it, you know, like letting the people who read your documents know that in your essay. I don't know if you have something else, Francesca, to say.
No, I think that covers it really. Yeah, I mean, also in terms of qualifications, it's worth noting that they need to be translated as well. So we need to see the translated into English copy of any qualifications.
Yeah, anyway, like when you are actually doing the process with our support, what we do is we give you all these documents, we list them to you, we explain them to you in a counseling session. We go over your essay, your CV, your recommendation letters, just to make sure that they fulfill the university expectations as well. So don't worry, you will be fine with us. Does the university have dorms?
No, so we don't have our own accommodation. A lot of universities in London won't, just because of the housing situation in the city. But for our accommodation in Holloway, and I also do believe in Aldgate as well, there are student accommodation run by an outside organisation that is across the street. So it literally would take you 2 minutes to get to your lectures in the morning. And there are a lot of private student accommodation that students will go to. We have some guidance published on our website about how to rent in London and best places to look, things like that. And there are people who work in our accommodation who their whole job is to help students with any accommodation queries. So there's support available, but we don't have our own London Met rentals.
And actually I would say that London is also a very big city. So for sure, everybody gets something according to their budget, you know, it's a matter, it could take time. But even though you have the idea that London is expensive, I would say that as it is a really big city, is very similar to Bogota, in a sense that it depends on where you live and, you know, what is around you, that the budget that you are going to spend. So it takes time. We will support you on that as well. So don't worry too much. It's something that we can work it out. And as Francesca said, the university also would help you. For a master degree in biology, what are the fees? Do you have?
So I'm just looking it up. So we don't have biology for masters, but we have biomedical sciences, which combines biology and biomedical and a few other ones. And that would be, let me just check, that would be £16,225.
Okay. Less £2,000 for the scholarship.
Yes. The £14,000.
Yeah. London Met offer programs with internships or placements?
Yes, so you have the option to do an internship or a placement. It depends on the course. So that would be done with your course tutor. They would help you find that internship that was suitable. But yeah, all of our students have the option to get a work placement.
May I ask you, how long do the internships last? Is one term?
I think it can depend on the course and depend on the student. So it's a bit more case by case basis, but I think no longer than a term would be the absolute longest.
They are usually not paid, isn't it?
Yeah, no, they're not paid, unfortunately.
Do you have any fellowship available? And do you accept the Chevening scholarships? Is Nelson asking us.
Yes, so we do. We offer PhDs, but it's a bit of a different process because obviously you have to find someone who is an expert in that area. So we do offer PhDs. You just have to get in touch with us. You can just email us. So it's international@londonmet.ac, and then we'll be able to guide you to the right department and see if there is someone who could do your who could offer your PhD of choice. And yes, we do accept Chevening.
Great. Do you accept TOEFL IBT? Yes.
Yes.
In terms of requirements, yes. Now, Luz is asking, the university offer, what does the university offer on psychology?
Psychology, I do believe we have, let me just check before I say for sure. Yes, we have psychology as a master's by itself, or we have a master's of psychology of mental health as well. So yeah, we offer a psychology master's.
That's maybe something just to point out that it's good when you check like psychology programs to check as well that they are open for international students, because not always they are open for international students due to the field. You know, it's not you know, I don't know if I'm wrong, but sometimes, you know, like these kind of programs, the government is more cautious about opening it to international students because you have contact with patients. So it's a good, high responsibility as well for people.
I do believe both of our psychology ones are. I know that social work, that isn't open to international students, like you're saying. It's got, you have to have a certain check that you can only do in the UK. But I think that both of our psychology ones are available.
If I want to apply for interior design MA in September, am I on time if I send my application this weekend?
Yes, yeah. So we're accepting applications now, and we haven't published our deadlines as of yet. We should be publishing them probably after Easter. But yeah, no, you've still got more than enough time to apply now. We do ask, you know, like I said, you can apply for a while, but the earlier you apply, the better, because that just gives you more time to get your qualifications sorted, any visa requirements sorted, and everything just, you know, a bit earlier and done and dusted. Also, for some of our more popular courses, such as like dietetics and nutrition, that course could fill up. So the earlier you apply, the less likely the course is that it's full already.
Okay. Let me see, I'm having trouble here with the questions. I got lost in the track. I think that's the last one. September. Yeah, I think that's the last one actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that they said, how difficult is it to be accepted? So basically, as long as you've got the qualifications we ask for and you meet all the conditions of your offer on time and you submit everything, you should receive a place. I can't guarantee that everyone who does that will receive a place, but as long as you meet our requirements, you meet the deadlines, you should be fine.
I don't know if you have some more questions, guys. Because it's quite late from Francesca, so just ask now.
But if you do have any questions you think of afterwards, you can just email us at international@londonmet. I can put that in the chat so that everyone has that.
Sure, we will. I think there is no more for new messages. Let me see. Yeah, you already put your message. I think that's all. So, Francesca, thank you very much for your time. As I said, I know it's Friday, it's evening, so we really appreciate that, to be honest. And we hopefully see some of these students in your campus.
Yes, I hope so too. Oh, it's lovely to speak to you all.
Okay, have a lovely weekend.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.